Well, everyone, I am in the small town of Naco, Arizona. Here's a map real quick. As you can see, I am on the border with Mexico. That is the border fence right there. United States Border Station, Naco, Arizona, United States Customs and Immigration. Yeah, this is a spot that I believe you can walk over into Mexico. You know, we're seeing a lot of stuff in the news about immigration and things going on in the border, but it's pretty quiet here in Naco. Naco, Arizona, unincorporated. Interesting. Well, here's a population history. Peak population 2010, 1,046. It had dropped to 824 in 2020, but I checked the 2023 estimates, and it says it's 1176. So the town has apparently started growing again. Let me give you the ethnic breakdown. 93% Hispanic, 7% white. Gay 90s bar, liquors. It looks like stuff's going on here. Yeah, look at the door. Gay 90s bar, Naco, Arizona, since 1931. Yeah, you gotta love this mural. That is fantastic. Now, I'll tell you the story behind this mural in a second. I can see immediately what it's portraying. See, it says P. Murphy on the plane. That is the pilot's name, Patrick Murphy. And house is on fire below. Yeah, well, I'll tell you the story now. Naco is the only town or city in the lower 48 that has been bombed by an airplane commissioned by a foreign power. It happened in April 1929. Jose Escobar was leading a rebellion against the Mexican government, and the two forces were battling for control of Naco, Mexico, which is right across the border from here in Naco, Arizona. Escobar hired Patrick Murphy, an Irishman who owned his own plane, to bomb the Mexican forces near the town. So Murphy loaded some crude bombs into his plane, took off, and dropped them on the wrong side of the border. Yeah, he accidentally dropped them here in Naco, Arizona. Now, it is said it was quite windy that day, and, well, that he was drunk as well. And he was an Irishman, and I say this with love from a guy who is mostly Irish. There was some property damage and some minor injuries to the people on the American side who were watching the battle. But aside from that, nothing else major. Yeah, so there it is, guys. The story of the one U.S. town that has been bombed by a foreign power. Gentlemen, a man cave sign? What do you think? That is so cool. Or should we call it gentlemen's quarters? Yeah, I think that's a cool new term for man caves. What do you think? Well, let me give you median household income. $49,750 a year. It's $957 a week. That's actually not too bad. For here, cost of living's an 87. Boy, that's not been anything in a long time, has it? It says this is where the water company is. Naco Water Company. Yeah, it's very quiet though, isn't it? Well, here's poverty, and it's pretty high. 31.5% overall. 39% for school-age children. Folks 65 and older at 46%. It really doesn't matter where you go. In rural America, there are always people who have a lot of stuff. Well, I can hear a train. Let me give you the median home value real quick. $75,800. That's pretty cheap, isn't it? I was looking at crime. It's really high in this town. 37 incidents per 1,000 people. Compares to 23 for the U.S. Yeah, that's it's really high. Yeah, the houses along this street are backed up right against the border fence. You can see it there in the background. Yeah, what an interesting thing that must be. I wonder if anybody's ever tried to climb over that fence there and come in here. St. Michael's Mission. I love that bell and that little tower. That's really a beautiful little church there. Wow. Yeah, now that is taking stuff in your yard to a whole new level, isn't it? Yeah, that is an impressive collection of stuff they got there. Yeah, now you know we're in a whole other world. Hey fellas. Right across the street from that, I believe this is Fort Naco. There was a fort here at one time. It is in pretty bad shape. I think this is part of it here. It just looks like it's in ruins right now. Surprised the state of Arizona doesn't do something with this. Thinking maybe this was a part of it as well. But anyway, yeah. It's in pretty bad shape, isn't it? Well, everyone, I'm entering the town of Lowell, Arizona. Except it's not really a town anymore. It used to be. This is where a lot of the miners who would work in the nearby Lavender copper pit, this is where they lived. It's been annexed by the nearby city of Bisbee now, and we'll go there next. But there's no way I wasn't going to stop and take a look, because this place is incredible. Yeah, it's still got its old downtown intact. So we're going to go take a look, because it is awesome. What's interesting is when you walk through this town, they've got a bunch of classic cars lined up along the street here. I don't know if those run or if they're just for looks. They look like they run. Just amazing, isn't it? There's an old theater up there. Yeah, but as you walk up through this downtown, yeah, look at these incredible cars. These are genuine treasures. Let's see. Just going to see if I could find the price. I can't even tell how these pumps work. These are so old. Anyway, I mean, this car right here is worth a lot of money. Restored, and I've seen these go for 60, 70,000. Lowell Harley Davidson. Did you look at that? So awesome. Yeah, this is an old theater here. Huh. And this car go by. Look at these. Some beautiful natural patina. And just wax that. Just leave it alone. An Edsel. It's pretty unbelievable, isn't it? It's fantastic. Well, what they've done with this town. This little, I guess it's a neighborhood now. It's really beautiful. This one looks like it might run. Old lady pickers. Do not touch. It's fantastic, isn't it? Another little gas station here at the edge of town. Or at the edge of this little town, that is to say. It's amazing, isn't it? And it sits right next to the lavender copper pit that I was telling you about. And you can just walk over here and see this gigantic man-made hole in the ground. It's huge too, it goes way up in the distance there. This is the view coming into Bisbee, Arizona. That is pretty spectacular, isn't it? I think we're going to have to go in there and take a closer look. What do you guys think? It's beautiful, isn't it? Well, I climbed up some steps to the hills here because I wanted to get this view of the town. It's pretty spectacular, isn't it? Yeah, these steps look like they were put here 100 years ago. It's quite a walk up here. But what a view, huh? Well, let's see. Let's talk about the town a bit as I head back down. The population, here's the history. It's kind of jumped up and down, and it's always because of the mining industry here. When it's good, the population jumped. When it's bad, population dropped. But 1960, peak population, 9914. Last census it was down to 4923. 2023 though, I looked it up, 4963, so it's grown by 40 people. I would suspect that we're going to see this town increasing in population because it has really repositioned itself, or reinvented itself even, as a tourist destination. And yeah, you drive through the town, it's full of people right now in the middle of January. Weather's beautiful. It's about 67 degrees right now. Median age here is 62. Yeah, they're going to have to get some younger people here though. That is definitely pretty old median age for a town. Ooh, I'm almost down, guys. Anyway, let's see. Let's do the ethnic breakdown. 60% white, 29% Hispanic, 1% black, 1% Native American, and the remaining mixed race. Well, let's go take a look around. Oh, look, more stairs. As I go down these, median household income, $49,689 a year. That's $900 a week. Here is an exhibit celebrating the town's mining past. Many ores, minerals were mined here: copper, gold, silver, and turquoise. Yeah, the town is full of all kinds of shops, art galleries, restaurants. Yeah, it's actually quite nice. The town is not completely out of the woods yet, though. Here's the poverty levels. 21.2% overall. School-age children, 46%. That is really high. 65 and older, 15%. Yeah, so that children's poverty rate is, yeah, that's too high. A lot higher than you want it to be. I guess this is Charlie Brown. Good grief. It's pretty incredible. This is one of the many little boutique and small hotels that are here in town that if you decide to visit, you can stay at. Let me give you cost of living. It is a 98. So it's actually a little on the high side, isn't it? And housing's the lowest at 78. The Inn at Castle Rock, yet another hotel / bed and breakfast. I was looking at crime. It's really low here. 9 incidents per 1,000 people. US is 23. So crime here is much lower than it is in the rest of the US. Now, Bisbee is the county seat for Cochise County here in Arizona. This is the county courthouse. Built in 1931. Those of you who watch the channel and know a little bit about architecture now, you can tell what style this is already, can't you? Especially by the date. Yeah, that is Art Deco. It's a beautiful building. Please return all weapons to vehicles. Well, we are in Old Wild West, Arizona, aren't we? Awesome. Yeah, I wanted to see this above the door. It's incredible, huh? Celebrating the mining past of the city. It's a lot quieter over here in this part of town. It is beautiful though, isn't it? Well, I'm out in residential. Let me give you guys a look at some of the houses here. This looks like a little fire station right here. Yeah, is that what that is? Pretty cool. Median home value here, by the way, is $209,600. Yeah, so I think the home prices here are rising pretty steadily as a result of the town's growing tourist industry. And the town seems to be doing quite well. Well, let's see, guys. I think that's all I'm going to show you here. Got one more town to show you. Another old Wild West town. I'm pretty sure that you're familiar with this town. It's just so interesting driving here. Another little motel slash hotel. Now, there are places to stay here if you want to visit. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Oh, I just want to look at this church real quick first. It's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. All right, so let's head to the next town. All right, everyone, I am entering the old Wild West town of Tombstone, Arizona. Here's a quick look at a map, so you can see where I am. Now, this isn't the part of town that people want to see, or come here to see anyway. This is just downtown. We'll get to it, don't worry. Let's do some other stuff first. Let's see, the median age of the town is 58. Yeah, compares to 39 for the US. It is definitely populated by some older folk. Let me see, should I give you population history? Here, let me let you look at stuff first. Well, I'm just showing you some of the interesting houses here in the town. Let's talk about population. In 1880, there were over 3,400 people here. In 1882, it had risen to 7,000 because of the silver rush that happened in this town. Now, here's the history. Peak population, well, 1880, as you can see, down to 1,308 in 2020. Then I looked at 2023, even farther down to 1,022. Yeah, the town is definitely losing population still. Well, let's see, let me give you the ethnic breakdown. 79% white, 14% Hispanic, last 7% mixed race. That is an interesting looking house, isn't it? I like that a lot. Let's see, median household income, $54,792 a year. It's $1,054 a week. It's not too bad. Cost of living, though, it's a 95. Okay, here's the index. Housing is a 70. Let me give you poverty. 11.7% overall. School-aged children, 9%. Folks 65 and older, 15%. Those are damn good numbers. Yeah, the town's doing okay. Yeah, there's some pretty cool looking houses here. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Well, let me give you median home value as I'm driving around these houses. 150,500. So of course, this is the main attraction. Old Tombstone. Gunfight at the OK Corral. Why did this town come to be? Silver Rush. You're probably wondering about the name. Well, it was named by a Army scout by the name of Ed Scheffelin. Yeah, whenever the Army would go places, he would test the area for valuable ores and minerals, that kind of thing. And when he told a fellow soldier that he was going to test this area, that soldier said to him, "The only thing you're going to find here is your tombstone." So when Ed found silver and sparked the big silver boom, he named the mine Tombstone, and the town became known as Tombstone. Now this is a National Historic Landmark District, as you can well imagine. People come from far and wide to see the OK Corral. I'm approaching it right now. And by the way, they do daily reenactments of the gunfight. It's pretty entertaining. Nicole and I came here earlier, about 3 years ago, and we actually watched it. It was pretty awesome. Yeah, so here it is. The OK Corral, the gunfight site. It's just amazing. That gunfight took all of 30 seconds. And to this day, it is one of the most famous events in this country's history. Print, magazines, books, television shows, movies have retold this story over and over again. And it's just crazy. 30 seconds! Yeah. It's really fascinating. You got some of the guys here who do the reenactments. In between, they just kind of hang out and visit with people. Tombstone used to be the county seat for Cochise County. It's been moved to Bisbee, but the building still stands. You can see how beautiful it is. It's built in 1892. That is Victorian architecture, developed during Queen Victoria's reign, mid-late 1800s. It's kind of a mishmash of different architectural styles. Like up there on the top, you can definitely see some Second Empire influences. Now here's a statue of Ed Scheffelin, I think that's how you pronounce it. The guy who discovered the silver here and sparked the silver rush. I was reading that the value of the silver pulled out of the mines here in the late 1800s would be worth over $800 million in today's dollars. So, yeah, you can imagine why it got so crazy here. Right here is the legendary Big Nose Kate's saloon. She was the girlfriend of Doc Holliday. Yeah. Big Nose Kate's. Yeah, there you go. All right, everyone, so that's going to be the end of this one. Up next, I'm heading into central Arizona. I'm going to check out some more old mining towns. And then later in the video, Nicole and I are going to a museum in Tucson, miniatures. It looks really cool. And then we're going to eat at a local restaurant there in the city. So that's all coming up next.